Well, I hope you're all familiar with Thurgood Marshall. If not for his civil rights work, then his time as a justice on the Supreme Court. What you may not know is that during his time on that court, he attended St. Augustine's Episcopal Church in Washington, D.C. He tried to take his faith seriously and see where God led in the call to justice. He did this throughout his life, hence why he is on our calendar for lesser feasts and fasts. For this reason, too, it is very appropriate for us to have Jesus' words in the Gospel according to Matthew on this day. So often in church and in politics, we hear people like the leaders of the scribes and the Pharisees in Jesus' time tell us how we should live and what we should do. Sometimes those things will resonate with us. They seem like good patterns of life for us to live in. They sound nice for us. We find out something later about those leaders. Make it clear that they couldn't live up to the same standards that they call all the rest of us to live into. Now, thankfully, as Jesus points out, morality goes beyond being just something that we tell others to do. We don't need our leaders to stand tall and do the right thing. We just need to know that there is a right thing for us to do. The only one who can teach us how to do what is right is the only one who will never let us down, our Lord Jesus Christ. Thurgood Marshall worked hard in his life to push past what the leaders in his day told him, and to instead establish a justice that's square with what it is that God desires for us to do. We have to ask ourselves then, are we willing to do the same? We may not be on the Supreme Court, and that is okay, for most of us are not called to be in that position. We all live in this world. It's whether we want to be here or not. And so we are all called to do God's will. Hopefully, that process of doing God's will, we will also make things better for our fellow human beings. In other words, don't follow the leaders who often go astray. Follow God instead.